What's up, everybody? Dave from Fan Futsal here, going to do our rapid match recap for the Roma Lazio derby that just finished, or the Capital Derby, which sounds so much sweeter in Italian, but I can't speak Italian, so I will not try to butcher it. Ended up finishing 2-1 to Roma. Before the match, I didn't know much about either side, specifically, though, Lazio. I'd seen Roma in the Champions League a little bit, know about some of their players, but Lazio, one of the highest scoring teams in Italy, so coming into it, I had them as this free scoring, high flying attack. Didn't really play out in the match, but that was what I thought in the pre-match. Lazio was running with a 3-5-1-1, which generally is a very defensive type of formation. So I was kind of confused how they are one of the best attacking teams in Serie A. And the way that they played that match, I didn't see it. Roma dominated throughout. So those were my thoughts before the match. I got my notes here that I'm gonna talk through. So once the match kicked off, first off, missed kickoff, missed the first 10 minutes. I get it. So I'm in the US, beIN Sports had the Barcelona match on. And I get it, Barcelona's obviously more popular around the globe. But the Barcelona match finished, then beIN proceeded to run about 10 minutes of commercials, and we missed the first 10 minutes of the Roma-Lazio match, including in their 10 minutes was a promo for the Roma-Lazio match that was going on. That drove me crazy. I was sitting on my couch freaking out. Finally, they cut to the Roma-Lazio match, and I was able to get watching. I thought Roma throughout the match had a very high pressing line, starting in Roma's attacking half, so Lazio's defense. They pressed throughout the match, whether they had the ball or whether they had the lead or not. They were much more aggressive throughout the match. Lazio was definitely sitting back a lot more, especially when it was 0-0 throughout the first half. Their line of pressure was right as Roma got into Lazio's defending half. That's when Lazio started to put the pressure on. Sorry, my wife's on a call, hearing her voice. So if you hear that, don't be bothered by that. Nainggolan had played a fantastic match. I thought he was one of Roma's best players out there. Had a couple of different instances in the first half. One of the first things I saw was his flick over the top and then that blast. That was fantastic. He had a couple moves where he was beating players. He was a beast throughout the match. Also, I personally view Edin Dzeko as so good. I thought his center forward play throughout the match, particularly in the first half, I thought he played a little bit better. Then as Roma got the lead and they started to play a little bit differently in the second half, he wasn't as effective, but I thought he was pretty good throughout. Funny incident in the 35th minute, Dzeko whispering sweet nothings into the other players' ears. That was really sort of weird to see, but it ended up working out, right? Because they almost scored. So maybe more players need to end up doing that. Not much to report from a Lazio player perspective in the first half. They were defending pretty much throughout. I do want to give a shout out to the Lazio player who took the Kolarov Thundershot straight to his nether region. Like, he took that like a champ and just kind of carried on. I would definitely be down for minutes, if not longer. So that guy was a beast. I gotta say that. Roma again was dominant throughout the first half, just constantly putting pressure, possession throughout the half, and yeah. No, I mean, likely neither club had a ton of chances, like clear-cut chances where they should have scored in the first half. So likely it was fair that it was 0-0, but Roma definitely was dominating, and so they could feel a little bit hard done by 0-0 at half. Getting into the second half, Roma came out just much more attacking. Throughout the match, they were attacking down the left flank with Kolarov. That ultimately led to the penalty that they ended up winning. Definite penalty. I don't know what Bastos was doing on that challenge. I mean, Kolarov was coming across. They had tons of Lazio players. Didn't need to make that challenge. So that was a big mess up from him. Never seen a penalty taken just like that, where the guy Perotti just walked up to the ball, maintaining eye contact with the keeper throughout, and then just placing it into the side netting. Pretty ballsy, really interesting sort of take on a penalty. Then Bastos came back with another mistake a couple minutes later. He was holding on to the ball too long. Perotti puts him under pressure, takes it way too easily for him to take it off a center back, passes it over to Nainggolan, who was Roma's best player. He fires a low thunderous shot into lower corner. Goalkeeper could do nothing. Bastos at fault for both those goals. Even with the lead, up until Roma gave up the penalty, I thought they still maintained dominance. They were putting pressure on Lazio, putting them under, not letting them get back into the match. And really, it was kind of a freak penalty that they didn't need to give up that let Lazio back into the match. Do want to shout out the offensive subs for Lazio, I thought bringing on Nani and Lukaku definitely changed the match, brought on much more attacking sort of vibe, and they looked much better once those two came onto the pitch. Once Lazio went down, obviously they upped their defensive pressure from what I was talking about in the first half, but even still, I thought there was too much of a gap between the front line of pressure and then the back line. There were gaps for Roma to exploit, and they kind of did that. They didn't end up with a goal, but it was just easier for Roma to get into it. The penalty, I don't know, the Roma penalty. I don't know what Lazio was, or I'm sorry, the penalty Roma conceded. I don't know what Manolas, who was the guy who gave up the penalty, was doing. I mean, he's got a guy behind him. That guy needs to be talking, because there was no real danger and there was no reason for him to handball that, especially with VAR these days. Clear penalty, and, you know, Roma deserved to give that up. And then from then on, so from that was right around the 70th minute. From then on, Lazio was kind of the better squad in the end, but Roma ended up hanging on and getting the victory. Already mentioned Lukaku and Nani. I thought they were probably the two best players for Lazio. Lukaku, old school winger, just stayed out wide, took players on, whipped in crosses. I thought he was really, really effective at doing that. Nani's the one who played the ball across to get the penalty. So again, those were their two best players. Do want to shout out Allison, the Roma goalkeeper. Fantastic distribution on those punts. He had those sort of side angle punts. I always like seeing that, and he did fantastic on a couple of those. So I'm always impressed at those. Lazio, again, was probably the better side in the last 20 minutes, but Roma's dominance throughout the first 70 minutes was definitely fair, and ultimately 2-1 result is probably fair for anyone. So that is our rapid match recap. Let us know if you agree with some of the takes that I've had. If you disagree, let us know in the comment section. I hope you liked it. I will be doing another rapid match recap video in a couple hours for the Madrid derby. So thanks for watching. I will talk to you guys soon. See you, everyone.